And so today we meet for an opportunity to bring divine essence and divine nature more intimately closer and radiating more in our present aliveness through our soul, through our higher vehicles of consciousness. Let us all align to the highest consciousness. Let us all set an intention to clear away, dissolve any illusion, any ignorance, any darkness that keeps you to believe or holding the idea that divine God is separate than you. Yes, for the pure love of God requires no practice as such. It asks for one to truly and be willing to surrender any fixed ideas that you have adopted, any fixations of the identity, the I, the core I, the core mind, to be dissolved. Because in divine, as divine, no label, nothing fixated is possible, nothing at all. It's pure. In your essence, it's pure and it's untouched by any mind or identity of any kind. So all that is required is to surrender that. Surrender that which you hold and keep. And when we give it up, when we give up our identity, even in the subtle of levels, when we give that up, we realize, we awaken that divine has always been here, always. It has never moved anywhere. Divine has always been here. But for that to be realized, to be actualized, we must recognize what keeps us in ignorance, what keeps us in suffering. Look at the world. Look at humanity and all the suffering that humanity goes through, all the conflict, all the division that is all witnessed in the world. It's all a reflection of within. where every individual person experiences the separation from divine and God within. So we are here to dissolve the idea that we are separate, to dissolve any illusions that you may have adopted knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, to dissolve the slightest illusion, distorted truth, and melt it away so that you can realize your divine nature, which has never diverted anywhere, always has been eternally here. It is simply our focus and attention has drifted so far away from the truth, from divine, from God. We have drifted our attention away and entertained ourselves in so many ways, diverted our attention away from divine, so far away that we have forgotten who we truly are. So thus, we must prioritize what is essential. We must prioritize that which we have forgotten. We must reevaluate what we prioritize in our life and reevaluate that so that you can return to the inwardly priority towards divine. So that you can have no slight doubt of the essence, the divine eternity within you, to have no doubt. So you may reflect in this moment to recognize how our focus, how your focus, your attention may be constantly shifting to thoughts, to ideas, to emotions, to energies, to cycles. And that is the entertainment I'm speaking of. Because your divine self, your divine love is way beyond all of that which entertains you. All of that which is constantly changing and shifting. that has kept you busy, believing somehow that by searching in that direction, you will liberate yourself and find God or divine there. But that is also seen as external. You may think you're going inwards and touching upon all activity, motions, and movements, but divine nature is beyond the beyond. It's behind all of that which your focus and attention sees. All of it. All of it. Your focus and attention may be searching for truth, searching for divine, searching. But yet, have you ever questioned what is behind the search? What is closer than the search itself? What is even closer than looking for something, than trying to understand? What is closer than that? So your divine love, divine nature, and all the planes of that level will always be behind your focus, behind any search. It's much, much closer than that. So we meet here today exactly for this, with a very specific intention. The intention is that with the support of the higher teachers and masters of divine and all the divine beings that are connected with you through your own lineage in the highest level, they step forward. They always step forward and overlight you, bring the highest light upon you, and help you to dissolve the distance, what is in between, what is in the way of your divine nature. And this is exactly what the divine love transmission brings to you, to dissolve what is in your way of divine love and divine eternity, what is in your way, to dissolve any ideas that you are separate from divine and from God within you, so that you can come closer and closer to home. You becoming more and more intimate with your true self. You open your heart and soul for the radiant light of divine to shine forth through your soul and through your heart. And for that, it requires no practice. It's an opportunity for all to practice surrender. To practice surrender. Surrendering all the labels and ideas that have created this initial contraction this initial sense of separation. This is what the I is. It's the initial contraction that creates an illusion of separation. So in the deepest level, it is to surrender that initial contraction of I, of which you can recognize that the I is a fixation. It's like a standing wave in the midst of an ocean of love. And anything that is like a standing wave, fixated, shrinks you to perceive in such a limited way. But when we open ourselves and having even no identity, just for the sake of total openness, to receive, to connect, to immerse, to taste, to awaken, to divine back within yourself. And for that, as a process, so to speak, is we need to shut down all the doors of stimulation, all the doors of activity, movement, and look within and look deep, deep beyond the deepest inner horizon. And begin to re-familiarize with the love divine, with the nature of God, with the pure spirituality, which goes way beyond any religion, any culture, any sex, any background, any age. It goes beyond all of it. None of that matters at all. No matter where you live or how you've lived, none of it matters. So we can also recognize how addicted we are to suffering. We're addicted to suffering. We're addicted to ignorance. And thus we must illuminate that. First, we must illuminate to liberate. And that may be experienced as the letting go, as the losing the grip, but ultimately it's a victory every time. Ultimately, you're bringing the light of divine, perforating right through that suffering or ignorance. So on the highest level, devotion, on the highest level, devotion is surrendering the initial contraction of the limitation of the I. And you give it up. You allow it to dissolve so that you can uplift it, which has been covering, veiling your deepest truth. So this is why it is liberating. And in today's transmission, we will invite the presence of Anandamayi Ma. Generally, Anandamayi Ma joins our divine love transmissions, as I have built a very intimate relationship with Anandamayi Ma, and for several years she has guided me and revealed to me the path of love, the path of surrendering to God, to divine. And she has been my teacher, transmitting to me directly her presence. Her teachings have no words as such. Her teachings are the transmission I've received from her several times. And so, as this great mother, she always comes through very unconditionally and is always here being this selfless being, opening her heart and soul. Since she is a liberated soul, she can help with grace to uplift you because she is a liberated soul. And thus, for each and every one of you here, if you open your arms, open your heart, and you're willing to surrender everything, and everything means everything, not only the maybe negative side, no, it's everything. Surrender all the spiritual knowledge, surrender all the love that you are holding, surrender it all of it. And you allow her to hold you. You allow her to share with you her divine presence. And you allow that to meet you in the deepest level, so that you can not only taste, but become fully aware of divine nature in you. Another way that Anandamayi Ma works so beautifully too, that if you are holding some kind of suffering, you may also give away your suffering to her. You may offer your suffering in any way. You may give it up, and she will take care of it. And that is when you have this 100% full readiness to let it go, to let go of your identity, any fixations, anything that keeps you to believe there is distance or separation. So at any level, you can also give that to her, and she will take care of it. She always does, always.